welcome to the Special Moves podcast. This is episode 48, according to Liam. I'm talking into my cup.
Yes! Yes! It's the balloon.
Will they? I hope to God that picks me up. Will that have picked up?
We'll see.
That would have. Let me scroll back on the old thing here. I think that would have got. I want that to be the intro.
Yeah. Someone's been away.
All right. Okay.
I'll scroll back now.
If that didn't pick up the audio, at least the YouTube watching people will see that happening. I wonder what the fuck is going on.
Yeah.
That was the intro to the Special Moves podcast, episode 48. In case it wasn't already clear, I said that into my mug.
Yeah.
Let's carry on, eh? Let's carry on.
We've been away for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I got married.
We have.
In a different country.
Clearly, I'm still hungover from the whole thing.
He's not quite been the same.
Yeah. It's been a big couple of weeks in the Williams household.
Yeah.
There's balloons everywhere and that now.
There's also, I don't know
So it's just married on
how
it.
clear the shot is, but there's actually a really big balloon here.
Yeah,
It's my favourite mainstay of the Special Moves podcast, the Himalayan salt lamp.
Yeah, good memory
All
on the
faithful.
origin.
I didn't realise it was Himalayan.
Oh,
Need
yeah.
depth to it now.
There is. It's a bit of lore.
But Laura's work friends are very, very nice to her, and they gave her a load of balloons today.
Yeah.
Because we got married, so that's nice.
Yeah, that's nice. Right, so
Yeah, on with the podcast.
enough of that.
Yeah, no, it's been a bit like I've been totally out of the game. Do you know what I mean? I've not
You've been
like
in a different country.
oh,
You've been
I've not played anything.
surrounded by people out of the loop as well, I suppose.
Yeah, exactly. There was not like there was loads of. I got a balloon by my head now. So it's getting old already. I've
Yeah, keep it up.
there was literally like Laura's bridesmaid was sort of like she was recently had played The Witcher 3.
Yeah,
So,
in 2015.
And my brother has like got a rapidly fading interest in
Yeah.
games. So yeah, it was tough, man. I had no one to speak to, and the place I was getting married in Prague,
Yeah.
and it fucking looks like Yharnam, and it's
yeah.
and like sort of shot for shot in some instances, like they would have done location, sort of
Yeah.
faintly Eastern European city,
A bit of
Gothic
research,
city
yeah.
type
Yeah.
thing. So they definitely would have used some inspiration from it, like for sure. There's a couple of bridges and that. It's like, Jesus Christ, I'm getting married in my favourite game. So
I
that was
actually
cool.
played and finished your favourite game. I think I showed you a couple
Bloodborne.
of pictures, didn't I? Yeah. I smashed it.
Why did I say Bloodborne? Because of course we're
Just
So
in
now,
case,
mate,
just in
fucking
case someone's
Forza
new here and
Motorsport.
they've sat through the tedium of balloons and marriage talk, thinking when's it going to be the games?
Yeah.
Well, that's it. Yeah. Well, yeah.
You've been replaying Bloodborne.
Yeah, very arrogantly you asked... No, hang on a minute. You asked completely reasonably what games we've been playing, and I very arrogantly answered every fucking game ever, basically.
Yeah, you did.
I
Yeah,
feel like since the past 2 weeks, between me and Liam, we've done every game.
yeah, you've played all the
I
games.
even managed to fit Bloodborne in. Did that, like, what, a day? Maybe a day and a half?
Yeah.
I mean, at a push. Smashed it, mate. Fucking sick, me. Like, it's been a while, do you know what I mean? I've not had sort of any... Because I played all the Dark Souls after and then Sekiro, I haven't really gone back to it, so I just went back and smashed it.
Yeah, Liam, you were saying earlier that you were drowning in games.
Oh, yeah, it feels like every time I get through a game, there's another 2 that come out.
Yeah,
It's
it sounds
mad.
really hard. I mean,
I know
Yeah,
life's
it's true.
difficult at the
yeah,
minute.
it sounds like what you said you can't like get a moment to appreciate it, sort of thing.
Yeah,
No time to
there's-
savour it.
I,
Yeah,
I
that's
was I was talking to you guys before, and I was saying I'd finished the Gears 5 campaign last night,
Yeah,
and like, as the credits were rolling, I just went on Reddit, and straight away it was like, I was reminded Borderlands was out at the end of the week. There's a COD open beta at the end of the week.
Yeah.
Just there's no time to breathe in between all
Yeah.
these games.
a couple of mistakes there. I mean, you went on Reddit for one,
Well,
but it was it
it's
was
not that
The
bad.
guy's just finished a game. Give him
yeah.
a
What
break.
else is he meant to
Give
do?
him a break.
I
Yeah,
was trying to decompress after. It's
Yeah.
quite an intense final act.
I've
in
heard
Gears.
about this. I've heard that Gears 5's hitting some
It goes
heights.
pretty
Yeah.
mad at the end. It's pretty,
Yeah.
so bit of social media to
are the characters
take the edge off.
any good? Because like from what I've seen, they're not like very memorable visually. They're not like instant silhouettes sort of thing. That's like
Yeah.
Yeah.
when you make an iconic character sort of thing. There's not that much of that going on.
No.
They're more. I think it's because they're all in like the
It's
like
all the massive power armor, isn't it?
yeah. And then one person in power armor is exactly the same as anyone else in power armor, except for the head, I suppose, isn't it? So.
Well, yeah, I guess so. Like, they do have the old crew from the old games. They've got Marcus, they've got Baird, they're both in it. And then, the main characters are obviously JD, who's Marcus's son, Kate, who's a friend of Marcus's son, and then their mutual friend Dell, and then, like, the new young hip crew of Gears. And they're not, like, the most memorable characters, but they try and change that around this time. Especially Dell, who was sort of relegated to in Gears 4, he was like the quippy best friend.
Okay.
But they've actually given him a bit more depth this time round. And then same with Kate, because this entire game is mainly about her and the plot revelations at the end of Gears of War 4.
Okay.
If you've not played that, well, I won't spoil it, obviously, because it leads directly into the plot of 5. But they're still not quite as memorable as, like, Marcus, Dom, Cole. They're all still in there. Even the Carmines from the first 3.
Do you think maybe it's like maybe they need to move on sort of thing? Like, they need to shed the old cast before because how is the new cast ever going to,
Yeah, they're like
excel?
Perpetually living in the shadow of. I think
they literally are if they're still in the game as well.
They're still in the game just as old men, really.
Yeah.
But I'd say they're holding their own. They've put some more. They put a new character in it called Faz as well. He's all right.
Faz.
He's like a cocky British guy.
Yeah.
And he's actually not a bad character, to be fair, once you get to know him. And it's but the game, this one is mainly about Kate and Dell, because they sort of like go off on a journey to discover her heritage, sort of thing.
They're all like single syllable, aren't they? Kate, Dell.
Oh, yeah.
Faz. Marcus had 2. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, is that what they're missing, is it? Yeah, Dom had 1. He's dead.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Look what happened to him.
Yeah, Cold
Fucking
Train. You might be onto something here.
It's a secret to a character depth.
I mean, apart from the characters, gameplay-wise, I think it's really good. It's got some very tight shooting. It's got a fair bit of variety to the weapons. You got some nice, like, big assault rifles. You got some long-range rifles.
How many chainsaws you got? Like
only the one chainsaw. Still, oddly
Still.
enough. Although it sounds so stupid, but one of the best guns is the Lancer rifle from the first 3 games.
Yeah.
But they just put a grenade launcher on it. But the grenade launcher is like a missile launcher, and it's amazing. The sound design of it is like, whew.
How quickly are you going from one to the other? Can you can you fire the grenade off as you're shooting the main thing, or do you have to like toggle?
You got to hold RB, which is your reload button. Same if you rev the chainsaw, you've got to hold RB, so you can't like fire them both at the same time.
Oh, okay.
It sort of like turns it to the side, and you've got a laser sight.
Yeah, right.
And you fire it, and it shoots like 3 little missiles out. It's well good.
That sounds pretty good.
But yeah, the shooting in it is really good. Cover mechanics, it's just cover mechanics, but they work fine.
Yeah.
And the set pieces are probably the highlight, to be fair. A lot of the game is set pieces, especially the first and final act.
Yeah.
Some really good set pieces.
That's what the game is, isn't it, really?
Yeah, it's
always been like
big action set piece to big action set piece. But then acts 2 and 3 are actually a bit open world.
This is the thing that I heard about, right?
Yeah, so like you go around on this like skiff, and so
what's one of them?
It's just like a sled with a sail on it, using the wind.
Okay.
It's like wind.
Hovering?
No,
or is
like,
it
no,
you're on the snow or
in
something?
the actual snow and desert, like a sort of skateboard, surfboardy type thing.
Yeah.
And so you can just go to your main objective if you want, or there are side missions. There's not a lot of side missions, and they mainly just give you like upgrades for your little robot Jack.
Yeah.
He's actually quite fun because he's got
Another
like
single syllables. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's got loads of different abilities. Like he can take over the minds of enemies and turn them for you. He's got a barrier that reflects bullets and ricochets back at them.
How do you use that? How do you use all that stuff? Is it some D-pad
so you aim.
business?
If you have one active and one passive on Jack at any time.
Right.
And if you want to use your active, you press LT and hold Y and like at your target. And then if you just want to like use your passive, which is like a shield boost or like a pulse that can highlight enemies behind cover and all that, you just press Y when you're in cover. It's just like that.
Pretty seamless then, it's not like it, because that's the thing when you start adding this stuff in. I'm always like, well, how much of an RPG is it going to become now? Am I like going to pop a menu up and I'm going to have to choose which ability I want to fire off?
You can hot swap them at any time.
Yeah,
as well.
but then the actually activating it is just like the press of a button.
Yeah, it feels like a natural extension of the controls.
Cool. No, that sounds good. I mean, I don't know what. The thing with Gears, because I fell off it and never played Gears of War 3, and I absolutely loved Gears of War 1 and 2. But I just feel like I've got so much homework to do now.
You don't really need it for Gears 5.
No?
'Cause it's sort of a fresh start, really.
Okay, that's cool.
From Gears 4 onwards, it was a bit of a fresh start, and even if you haven't played Gears 4, there's like a previously on bit. If you really want to know the lore, if you go in the extras menu, there's like a recap thing of all the series if you want it.
Okay, that's a big plus then. That's a big positive for me, because that's perfect for me at the moment, because I haven't played.
It's 89p to try it.
Yeah, if you want to go on the Game Pass, it's on there. That's how I played it.
It's on Game Pass if you got it, and if you haven't, I've told you this, right? I'll tell you again, if anyone listening at home that might not have it, go Asda. I don't know if it's exclusive to Asda in the UK.
Oh, is this the can?
It's the Rockstar.
A can of Rockstar is 89p, and it comes with when you buy it in the ring pull, you get a code. You get a week of Xbox Live Gold and a week of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. So for like less than £1, as long as you have an Xbox, even if you don't want to pay, like, you might have run out of your trials, so you might have to pay £7 for Gold and then an extra. I think it's another £7 for the Ultimate Game Pass. It's fucking 89p, man.
Am I imagining this yet? Or did Xbox Live used to have like a 48-hour trial thing?
In America, they still do it now, like fast food places like Burger King.
I remember that you go to McDonald's and get like a code.
Yeah, Mackey's and Burger King have it.
Whenever you bought a game, there was always like a free trial code in it.
Because I remember using it for I can't even remember why. But it wasn't to play online. Like, I'd need it for something, to like activate something or to get a discount.
Recently?
No. Like Xbox 360 era. Right, but then you'd sometimes, like, there was loads of games that just came with a 48-hour, like fucking Crackdown or something.
Loads of games used to come with, like, because you used to give them to your mates and that, didn't you?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But then
we used to trade them in school.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I bought, when we were at Pretty Good Gaming and we were doing, me and Mike were doing this
Sea of
Thieves, fucking, the Cursed Sales expansion. I bought like a key. Like, I bought like 50. I think I spent like 80p on a 48-hour trial for Game Pass. It's because we didn't have Game Pass on the account.
They've done so many good things with their subscription stuff at the minute, Microsoft.
Yeah.
Like, I got a year. When they brought out Game Pass Ultimate, I already had a year of the regular Game Pass, which had been out for a while at that point. But they had an offer where you could convert it to Game Pass Ultimate. It'll convert any time you had on your account for £1. So now I've got Game Pass Ultimate for £1 until like March 2020.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It is really, really good.
It's good.
A lot of goodwill gestures from them.
It's interesting why they went for that and then not for... Because it's basically free, but why, But, I mean, there must have been a good reason why they wanted to charge £1 to do that, and it wasn't to make money. It was, there must have been some reason.
I think it was just like a good like marketing thing. Like, look at us being good guys.
I had that, and I only had like a month of it left. So then when that came out, like, I got it recently, Game Pass again, and it said you can have Game Pass and Ultimate for 4 months for the price of one. So I was like, that's till Christmas, isn't it? For like 12, 13 quid or whatever it was. So yeah, I did that. I downloaded Gears, but I haven't played it yet because I've been playing some other stuff. But yeah, I don't know if I will have time to play it now because Borderlands is due in like a couple of days.
Try and find the time to get through the campaign at least, because honestly, I think it's probably my top 10 this year. Gears 5.
Yeah, well, you said that in the car on the way here actually, and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, the only thing is having a bit of a rough launch. Bugs galore, sort of thing.
Yeah, so I've heard.
Which they've been patching like mad, but there's still some of them
even
popping through.
Just general single player gameplay stuff.
Yeah. Are the locust bugs?
Well, not really. More humanoidy.
They're called locust, aren't they? That's where
they're called locust, but they're not very insecty.
Yeah,
they're more alieny.
Everything in Gears of War is butch.
Is anybody?
Even the cars, they're butch cars.
Yeah.
There's a truck in this one called the Minotaur, so it's...
it's not some sissy pan-fleet playing goat god, is it?
Not in this game.
Half bull.
No.
Yeah, there was a bug connection there. I just wanted to see if anyone else had made it, but no, it's alright.
Right. Well, that's enough of the Microsoft advert on the Special Moves podcast.
Or the Rockstar advert, 89p for a week.
Yeah.
I hate this shit as well. I bought it and I was like drinking it like... It'll be worth it when I'm finished.
The last time I had a can of Rockstar was when we were at EGX and we got a can for free for waiting in line to play Destiny.
We had a press ticket to EGX 2 years ago and we had and already owned Destiny 2. But we queued up for about an hour to play the new flipping Strike, and it was like, and it was like the first thing in the morning, and so like because we had a press ticket, if you were like a normal paying customer, you had to pay extra to get in that hour early. And we were still in the queue and out, and we made a beeline there.
Yeah.
Poor fuckers.
Yeah, but let me tell you two things though, right? They were giving number one, they were giving away T-shirts.
They were.
We wanted one of them. Number two, there was a big fucking leaderboard
Yeah.
that everyone at EGX could see,
yeah.
and we got on that, and that's what we wanted
Yeah,
to do.
we did. Yeah, we
Right?
did. Apex fucking Predators.
Yeah.
And then as well, knowing that that was our queuing for the whole thing. Poor people that just finished that, they were like, that was fun. Let's go on the next game.
Yeah,
and then
let's
they have
wait
to keep
another
another
3
4
hours.
hours. Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Bastards. Peasants.
Anyway, this is the Special Move podcast.
Joking.
You can listen to us on Spotify, iTunes, Apple Podcasts, or your third-party podcast player of choice. Probably. I mean, I listen.
so.
Well, the big data, the numbers are saying that you do.
Yeah.
The numbers is like
We've been analysing the data, and
We have. What by analysing the data? I looked on fucking Google. Yeah, that thing. Yeah, it's mad what it can do. No, but on the Apple
searching for stuff and that.
yeah,
it's good.
Create Apple Podcasts. We have like 130 5-star reviews.
Yeah.
And I remember we did like a thing when it was just about a year ago now, probably, or just short of a year ago. And we were like, please, guys, give us a good rating, like an Uber driver, like a desperate Uber driver. Give us a good, rating because it'll help us. And we had about 40, and we were well chuffed with that.
So it must have been creeping up.
Because a lot of like other gaming, like talking at IGN, GameSpot, like the big ones, they've got like 50 reviews on there, yeah. So I was happy with 40. I was like, what do you know what I mean? And I looked, we have 130.
It's amazing.
So it's crazy.
So thank you very much.
Yeah.
And if you haven't already rated and you want to,
fucking do it.
Take us over the fucking, take us to heaven,
push us
boys.
to glory.
We're
It's free. Take a little bit of
Fucking
time
hell,
and
man.
review us on iTunes. That'd be a massive help. You can, if you are listening to us and you've discovered us on Spotify or whatever, you can also watch the whole thing on YouTube if you haven't already figured out, because we keep talking to the fucking camera.
Earlier, you were thinking when you heard Mike say there's a balloon behind my head, and Jake's got a balloon, and you're thinking,
I want to
I've
see
got no
these
visual
balloons.
stimuli. How many balloons are they in a room full of balloons? How many balloons is there? Well, you can find out if you just check us out on YouTube, isn't it?
You went in
balloon
with
here.
you went
There's
in
a
with
balloon by Liam as well. These are all facts.
you went in with both feet on stimuli there, and I fucking I admire you for it. Stimuli, yes, stimuluses. It's there's a lot of stimuli to be looking at if you want to watch us on YouTube, if that's your sort of thing.
Yeah.
Check us out on Patreon as well if you want to get access to the bonus podcast, because we've got 2 of them every month.
Yeah. Well, we normally talk about films and telly.
Yeah, just like off-topic stuff. There's a bit of gaming stuff.
A bit of games have been creeping in. Actually,
Yeah, they
like
do.
emails that it's not the ones that didn't deserve to go in, but ones that like we know is going to be like a bit of a long.
Not
one.
everyone's interested, or
Yeah, it's
other.
got The Witcher again.
Yeah, we have got an email about bonus podcasts actually, so I'm going to read this
I
out.
guess they're at The Witcher. Then I was about to say, for fuck's sake.
Another one. So these emails are sent in by everyone, patron or not, to dearspecialmoves@gmail.com. So if you want to send us an email for us to talk about, it's dearspecialmoves@gmail.com. This one's from Jack from Reading. Jack says, Dear Special Moves, I know this email is reserved for the main podcast, but I got to thank you for the recommendation of The Guilty in the bonus podcast. That was fucking amazing. Have any of you watched or heard of the film Lock? It's a very similar premise in that it's one guy in one location making calls, except this is Tom Hardy driving home from work.
No.
Lots of love, Jack. So we're not going
Do you want to do it first, or
I mean, there's a lot of concrete talk in that film.
Listen, Jack, first of all, thanks for watching a film and listening to what we're saying. I'm glad you watched The Guilty, because it's a banging film.
Yeah.
Lock, though, is just The Guilty, but not as good.
Yeah. I actually don't mind it. I thought it was okay.
I didn't mind it.
It's not bad. No, it's fine.
It's a decent film.
Until I watched The Guilty.
And Tom Hardy's accent in it. Tom Hardy's Welsh accent.
It's
That's
very
where I thought we were
difficult.
going with that.
It's very difficult for my ears. It's
I thought that's where we were going to go straight away.
So
hang on, we're answering an off-topic question now.
yeah, well, it's because
it's just like you getting a taste.
it's because he was giving us a bit of
Fucking
props. I don't think we're going to jump into like movie
Oh,
talk.
so in a way, I know what you're doing. It's like a testimonial, basically, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking clever, you
And
aren't
he's-
you?
So if you want to get a recommended banging movie like Jack from Reading,
Another satisfied customer. Yeah.
I just like that I always like it when we say something's good and then someone says, "Oh, I played that" or "I watched it." Or
That's the best. That's my
It's
favorite
amazing.
thing. I say everything's good. And
Yeah,
so
which-
by default, I'm not offended when people ignore me, right? Because it's like I would ignore people that talk as much.
Well,
as
you
me
talk
as
so
well.
much, they're bound to respond to something that you've said, aren't they?
Yeah, exactly. But normally it's just pretending to listen and care. But when you have to go out of your way to play a game, which sometimes can be like upwards of like, well, then again, a lot of the games I reckon are about 2-hour walking simulators. But when someone plays like a Fire Emblem, I had a couple of people saying about Fire Emblem, right? It's like, It's really
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
And that's my favourite thing is knowing that it's help. Because, like, and another thing as well is that we kind of... Well, we're about 50-50. We do buy a lot of our games, but we get a lot of them for free as well. And, like, people who don't get any games for free, they've got to buy them all. Like, knowing that we
It's a lot
can
of
be
money.
saving them money or helping them decide, like, helping them become informed a bit more. I say informed like it's like fucking get savvy. It's not. It's a bit wanky, pro-consumer.
No, I agree with
but
that.
you know what I mean? Like, if you've got an opinion of somebody who you normally listen to, and they're narrating it, like, that's my favourite thing is seeing comments like that, though.
Yeah.
Or another one I like is never heard of this game, but looking at this, it looks good.
Absolutely.
That's good as well.
And then, so that was one about a film, but I just thought, the whole idea of recommending stuff and people doing something about it.
I like what you did.
It's
That was good.
fucking-
Yeah, no, it was
fucking
nice.
nice, isn't it? So Liam's been playing shitloads of Gears 5. What have you been playing?
I don't know which one. What do I go to? I've got loads. Creature in a Well, Astral Chain. I did Blasphemous, did a video on that. Children of Mortar did a video on
Which
that.
one have you played the most?
So to be honest with you, right, the one I've played the most is Blasphemous. But we
We've
put a
done a
video
video
about that. Go and watch it if you haven't seen it already. It'd be good. I'd
Yeah,
like to just...
yeah. Go and watch that, fucking pricks.
Yeah,
Right? Is that the
yeah.
line we're taking on that?
No, I'm just saying, like, if you haven't seen it yet, if you want to... Because, like, we've been a bit weird, been a bit artsy with our little titles lately. We're just doing the same thing for everything. So have a look at it in case you miss it. In case you see the best and then you've just gone, I've seen that video. You might not have, because we're calling them all that now, right?
Yeah.
But I'm just saying...
It's a bold strategy, but one I think is worth pursuing because, we haven't got like a recognisable. We've got
It's a bit of
special
brand
moves.
recognition.
Exactly. We've got
know-
special moves, and
Right.
we have got the special moves podcast, but we haven't got anything else underneath that, have we?
I just want to say, so, like, we kind of had we discussed it and stuff like that, but we didn't consult anybody else about it at all, right?
What?
About what we were going to do with the names and stuff, right?
What? Just say. Yeah, but it's
No. I'm not saying that we needed to. I'm just saying we didn't, just so it was for complete transparency. Then this motherfucker, GOP, on every single video that we've done, he's left the exact same comment. It says, I came here looking for the best content on YouTube, and that's exactly what I found. And it's always...
for anyone listening at home, Jake just nodded in that little gap in that
All right,
sentence.
sorry, I'll do it again. I came here looking for the best X content on YouTube, and
Much better.
And that's exactly what I found. So GOP, if you're listening, I appreciate that you've done that. And do you know what else as well? We don't pin it or anything like that. We love it, but we love every comment because they're all nice. But that's always the top comment of all of our new videos. GOP is doing God's work.
Nice one, man.
So yeah, Blasphemous. I played realistically. I put like 15. Closer to 20 hours actually.
Okay, so
Let's not do that.
in case they haven't watched the video and they're interested in knowing a little bit more, and they might, what could you say to send them over to the video?
Right, listen, do you like Souls-like games? Probably not, unless they're actually Dark Souls themselves, because a lot of them are shit, aren't they? A lot of the ones that try and be Dark Souls are shit. Neo was quite good, actually, but most of them are shit. This one isn't very shit, and it's a Metroidvania. If you want to find out more about it, it's very edgy as well, by the way. Yeah, not like edgy like tits and anime edgy like, wouldn't it be cool if there was, like, sword in the throat of the Virgin Mary? Edgy. Go and have a look. Anyway, right, so...
Edgy to like 13th century Puritans.
yeah, Oliver Cromwell would be off his fucking rocker.
Renaissance artists would find it very
Absolutely, yeah, gothic as fuck. But Blasphemous is really, I've been enjoying it, and Children of Mortar, which we did a video on. So I'll talk about something I know Liam's done as well. Not done, but we've certainly played it together because it's a big one. It's a Nintendo Switch exclusive, and it's Astral Chain.
Oh, I did finish it.
Of course you fucking finished it. Right, well...
Guy's an animal.
It's a game by Platinum. I am legally bound to finish it.
All right, well, why don't we do a bit of Astral
There's
Chain
no
then?
contract that says that.
Yeah.
There is in my heart.
Yeah, unwritten. I've got to say, Astral Chain is one of them games where, like, I wouldn't have got it at all based on how it looks, who it's made by, what it sounds like.
And generally everything about it.
I've done everything about it. Much like the best game I've played this year, Fire Emblem Three Houses.
Yeah.
So being like, you don't like if a gambler wins, rather than just go, ooh, I've won, I'll go. He goes, I'll go again.
Yeah.
That's what I've done. I've gone, I like this weeb shit once, I'm gonna go in again.
Yeah.
I went in again. And it's all right, you know. It's not amazing, and it's not at all connected to me in the same way as Fire Emblem. It's very techy as well.
Well, okay, let me just quickly ask you, what's your like one sentence summary of how you feel about it?
I do feel like people who have not really played Platinum games before might be overreacting to it a bit, but as far as Platinum games go, it's very much in line with what they usually make. a bit more adventurous, but overall solid game. Very few, couple minor annoyances.
So kind of somewhere where Jake is. In other words, like it doesn't sound like you're a million miles off.
Well, yeah, I'm saying that.
I wouldn't say it's Platinum's best game.
Yeah.
But
it's
it is one of their better games.
Okay, all right. So slightly better than Jake, then you think?
Yeah.
So Jake,
I'm warm on it. Like I haven't got that thing. I didn't do Nier Automata, did I? So that's good because the bar hasn't been set for me in that sense. But it's very like really melodramatic anime. Like the plot is very like someone's trying to impress a parent, normally a father figure. There's a lot of like, huh? Or he's been there the whole time. There's a lot of like, that can't be true. That can't be. A lot of that. There's like some fucking weird extraterrestrial force attacking planet Earth or something like that. And then you've got this like weeby cyberpunk police force. They've all got these like kind of like the proton packs from Ghostbusters.
Cyber weeb or weeby punk?
I don't know.
Or neither if you want. Let's just move on.
Right. Yeah.
Do you know what it is? Where it's Chaos Legion off from the PS2.
Yeah.
If you remember that game by
That's
Capcom.
going to mean something to the people that played that. Because I remember looking at like...
You get that reference,
you know, like sometimes
you'll understand.
You don't get it, but you know it's about right. I was just like, I'm not going to argue with that. But I don't know what it means.
It's
but
Chaos
probably
Legion,
that.
but better.
It's quite cool. Like, if you don't know what it is anyway, you like this police force, and you've harnessed the power of these like alien invaders or whatever using these chains like the Astral Chain, and like you can harness their abilities, and you basically use them like minions and stuff to go out and like find out what's happening.
But they play a role like in the combat, don't they? Like they.
Well, this is it, absolutely, yeah. So it's a Platinum Games game, so of course there's like loads of really fast combat and stuff, and like this one it's pretty cool because it's a Nintendo exclusive, so it's not like. I think when a third-party game comes to Switch, like it doesn't ever really port over well to the Joy-Cons. Mm-hmm. I think it's always messy. Like I didn't even like how Breath of the Wild had like the menu as the minus button and stuff like that. I just thought it was a bit shit. This though, I think that considering there's loads to it, like you can do lots of combos and set like you're controlling yourself with a variety of weapons, and you're fully controlling your creature on the chain. Is it an Astral?
Legion.
A Legion, that's it. Yeah, you're controlling your Legion on a chain. Like, you can do, like, basic things like send and withdraw, but you can also hold the button down and then use the right Joy-Con to completely control your Legion. So, like, it's very techy.
You can wrap a chain around someone to arrest them.
Yeah, you can, like, use it like a catapult as well. Like, it's crazy what you can do with it. It's a lot of detailed combat, but it doesn't feel overwhelming. The story is very sluggish, and it's got this thing in it, and I need to get this off my chest, and then I'm done, all right? It does a stupid thing that only Japanese games do, and I don't know why.
Oh, I know what you're going to say.
You know exactly what I'm going to say. Like, there's an animation, there's like a talking thing, like, you know, you and your sister are talking to your dad, and your dad's like, I gotta go. And then it's like, quest is, and then it's like he leaves the room, yeah? Then you're in control of your character again.
Yeah.
And it comes up with a new mission. Mission objective, meet dad at the helipad. So you're like, okay. And you're in this, like, office room. You walk out of the office room into the corridor. And then there's another animation.
Yeah.
So what have you fucking done? You've held up on the Joy-Con for 4 seconds, and it's loaded you into like. Then all of a sudden, when you're gonna go to the helipad, like your fucking personal assistant will be like, "Hey, wait up!"
You're totally spot on. You know,
it's just fucking annoying.
That does my head in every time, and I don't think I've ever sort of like articulated it. I just sort of chalked it up as one of them things that pisses me off.
Weird player agency for about 4 seconds, followed by like 5 minutes of exposition.
I've just naturally grown used to it
over the years. Liam's got the equivalent of like, you know, when a guitarist has got hard skin on his fingers and they're just like really good.
Just adapted to it.
Liam's got like hard skin for.
That is one of my problems with Astral Chain. Is the pacing of it is all over the place. There's like some chapters that go on for like, usually a chapter is about an hour long. Some of them go on for like 2 hours, and then most of that will be cutscenes, but then you'll have another 2 hour chapter and it'll all be gameplay. The pacing's just, it's a bit mad.
And if you're wondering why does that matter, well, it's because it's like sometimes
the Switch has only got fucking 2 hours of battery life on it.
I played most of it docked because the battery kept going.
Well, yeah, I played it on a train and it didn't last the whole journey, and it was a 2.5 hour journey. Yeah. So you know, I want to get further into it before I can say more on it, but it's pretty good. You know, I think if you're like a fan of it, you'd really like it. But then Liam is a fan of this sort of thing, and he's not been like raving about it.
Good, yeah. I think it's the thing with the. It's like the studio, they've just made like Nier Automata or whatever, and you think that the next thing is gonna like exceed what they've done. And some of the reviews, this is why I was so particular on what both of your feelings were about the game, because some of the reviews are like, this is the best Platinum game ever. But then, like, there's others that are like, well, it's very repetitive. It takes a while for the combat to evolve beyond, button mashing or whatever. So it's I think it's, if you're a studio that's making amazing, like, imagine From Software made like a slightly good, like, imagine if From Software made, because Sekiro's got things in it that are like next level.
According to some people, but some people just really thought it was shit. You know what I mean? Like, people,
well, they're wrong.
No, but it's like that though, isn't it? I think it's like that. Like, Nier, Bloodborne is Nier, and Sekiro can be Astral Chain. Some people like it's the best, deepest one ever. Combat's amazing, slick.
Okay,
and other people saying it's combat's button mashy.
Yeah.
See what I mean? I did a good job of saying that.
Yeah. You Sekiro'd me.
Fucking parried and fucking riposted you.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so, all right. So that's Astral Chain. So let's talking about Nintendo stuff. There's a lot of Nintendo stuff been going on.
What, Bloodborne and fucking Sekiro?
No, you're talking about fucking Astral Chain.
Right,
it's been Nintendo exclusive for the last 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Jesus. You were the one talking about it.
Yeah.
It's worth seeing through, though, I'd say.
How many hours, by the way?
21.
Oh, that's
good.
surprisingly short.
That is good.
Quite long for a Platinum game. Decent length by any other standard.
Yeah.
Platinum games are usually quite short, with the exception like Nier and stuff.
I was thinking it was going to be like a Fire Emblem. I don't even want to tell you how many hours I've played.
Yeah, well, you think Japanese, you think 60 hours, don't you? It's, okay, that's interesting. Interesting number there. So it was Nintendo Direct. When was it?
Wednesday.
That was last Wednesday at 11 o'clock.
Yes,
at
we
night.
haven't actually had a chance to talk about it properly. Even, I mean, I guess we were reacting to things and that as it was happening, but I was getting married, like, literally 12 hours later. So I didn't have much to say about it. But I think I've got an email that's sort of very, very vaguely related. But
okay, we'll read it and then we'll just...
No. We'll do Nintendo first, and then I'll move on and do a couple of emails. So Nintendo Direct, it was actually a really long one. It was 40
minutes.
40.
Basically 40 minutes.
Compared to like your average is like 25 minutes.
Yeah. And there was an Nintendo fucking parade or whatever it's called. I don't know, something like that.
The indie parade.
That was a couple of weeks ago. So then that is usually a strong indicator, because they've done that before. Where
Strong
they've done
what, mate? Sorry.
A strong indicator of performance.
Right,
no, they've done that before.
The
where
Nintendo
they've done an
indicator, man. Let's just call it that.
Fucking hell, that's good. So they've done a Nintendo indicator, and then before, and then they've done a Direct like a couple of weeks later. So the Direct handles like more of the big titles, more of the big reveals. It's not just to focus on indie stuff, basically. So what caught your eye, guys? The first thing that you like?
Can I go first, because I know
Yes,
exactly what you're going to say, and funnily enough, what you're going to say completely overshadowed my entire job, right? So
Can't wait to hear this.
Of course.
So Divinity Original Sin 2 was announced. Obviously, I knew about this beforehand, so I couldn't even talk about that there was going to be a Nintendo Direct, because it's like really super, super, super secret.
I believe you get shot.
I had a nice. That's it, Reggie. No, yeah.
By Reggie.
That's it. Yeah.
Well, he's
retired,
doesn't he?
Where do you think he's retired to go?
Well, he's a contract killer on the side.
You never really retire from a game, Liam.
Just when I thought I was out. I was like, okay, and of course, Divinity Original Sin is really, really like highly rated, and the number one PC game of all time officially now. So I was like, the internet's gonna go mad for it. I was really looking forward to it, right? And like Nabel on Twitter, so I'm seeing now. I didn't know when it was happening, and we had lined up like an email, like a PR blast to send out to our media, because we had this thing obviously with Steam saves are being implemented into it, which is the first time that's ever happened. And it's a really cool thing to see them Nintendo play nice with other people. Like, we know that they're doing it with Microsoft. So when I heard it was happening with
so you got to save on Steam.
Yeah, so if you're like 100 hours in on your Steam save or whatever, one of the most daunting things about these types of games is having to start it again on a new platform, right? But now you can take your save from Steam and you can play it directly on your... So you can, if you were going on business or you were travelling around somewhere, want to see your parents on the other side of the country, pop it on your Switch, carry on playing, get back home, carry on. Really cool feature. I thought the internet's going to go mad for it, right? It's going to be really good. So, and I knew a couple of other games that had been announced. So we're watching it. Me and Liam were watching it live, tweeting. You're chiming in every now and then, but Liam's on it. Right? Then they do fucking Deadly Premonition 2.
So happy.
No, everybody who watches
happy.
these podcasts, or at least the earlier Pretty Good Gaming stuff, you'll know Liam and Deadly Premonition's relationship is very exciting. Is good. What I know about the Deadly Premonition, I only know through Liam's lenses.
Yeah.
So
I would have scrolled past that faster than any fucking
You're missing out.
$5.99 Sega arcade thing on the Switch thing.
Exactly.
But now that I know Liam and I know Liam's love for
Weird shit.
and very specifically this weird shit.
This
as well.
literally Japan takes on Twin Peaks, isn't it? Kind of.
Yeah. So that you were pretty excited about that, Liam.
Oh yeah, of all the things in the world, I never expected this to happen. I was so excited. I even tweeted about it, and when I tweet,
exactly.
it's an event.
It's an event.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Sounds like a lottery win, man. Of all the things in the world, I never expected this.
Literally, because Deadly Premonition has a very. I remember I got it in university. When I finished watching Twin Peaks for the first time.
Wow, good timing.
I was on like a massive David Lynch bender sort of thing. And then I heard online about this game called Deadly Premonition that was basically if someone explained Twin Peaks to a Japanese man and then he tried to make a game of it. And so I went down to Game. That was just up the road from my halls. Yeah. I bought it for $14.99 on PS3.
He remembers the price.
I do. I really do.
This is what I mean. It's so good.
I went
it's so
back
good to hear this.
And I remember I started playing it, and at first I was like, wow, this game is really shit. Because it is it plays like a budget PS2 game, which coincidentally is how it started life as a budget PS2 game. But then I carried on playing it, and then next thing I knew, I was drawn into this world of these weird characters and this really off the wall story, and it was the first PS3 game I ever platinumed.
Story complete.
My first platinum trophy ever was Deadly Premonition, the director's cut on PS3.
That's a good one.
And so to see Deadly Premonition 2. It's incredibly exciting.
So I don't know how right I am in saying this. That some critics love it and some hate it.
It has the Guinness World Record for the most critically polarizing game ever made.
Right, and I'm assuming because of that the negative aspect of the polarization and the fact that not many people have heard of it on a consumer level, that it was probably never going to get a sequel, right? But there was a fucking sequel. They announced it, and then directly after Deadly Premonition 2, they announced the beloved Divinity Original Sin 2 port. No one gave a fucking shit. The people did give a shit. Well, what was funny was, Nabel missed it. I was watching it, and I was excited to see him, and I was like, are you fucking joking? The only game that he didn't do was that one. And I was like, what?
Well, I've got a couple of opinions on this, but first I'm going to share the opinion of Kevin. Kevin's emailed us. He says, "Dear Special Moves, Dear Special Moves, Kevin here from Baltimore. I started playing, as the subject suggests, Divinity Original Sin 2. Put that in the subject, didn't he? Oh, yeah. After about 90 hours, I can safely say it's one of the best games I have ever played. It goes into a bit of sarcasm here. As a regular listener to your podcast and follower of your other videos, I'm a little disappointed that you guys have never talked about how great this game is. I could have been playing it so much sooner. Keep up the good work, Kevin." Wow. Kevin has enjoyed it after 90 hours of play. So there's a couple of points there that I think is sort of relevant to the Switch version, right? First of all, it's been on... When did it come out originally? 2017?
2017.
So it's had an enhanced or definitive edition or whatever since then.
Yep.
I've played it shitloads on PC, single player and co-op with you guys.
Yep.
I've finished it on PS4.
Yep.
Last month, basically.
Yep.
So I think that the people who would want Divinity Original Sin 2 are so far along that they probably have experienced it and played it a lot. And I think they may go... Because I do really want it on the Switch. Yeah. It's just that it's like fucking 45 quid or whatever at the moment. So I'm going to wait for, Link's Awakening or whatever and get that, because that's out very soon. And there's other Switch titles. That doesn't mean I'm never going to get it on the Switch. I think it's going to be a slow burn... a lot of people are going to pick it up over time. Yeah. Mm-hmm. There's no physical version either, is there? No. That I've had a look. I did have a quick look and I couldn't find one. So I think it is going to be a successful game on a Switch. It's just and it is in the top 30 downloads and stuff.
Number 9 at the moment.
It's doing really well.
Yeah.
I just think that it's that kind of game anyway, where it's always going to be only the proper D&D nerds that really appreciate what it is. Yeah. But then you know, those people who've already played it, it's definitely that kind of game where you'd replay it anyway. But for me, I'm definitely going to pick it up.
Yeah.
Just not
What's
yet.
interesting is that Baldur's Gate 2 is being released later this month as well. By Beamdog, I think they're putting out both of them. So I wonder if they price that cleverly, that could take.
I think
a lot
they're
away.
all getting released, aren't they? Planescape.
They
as
are.
well.
They're releasing it in packs. I think it's Neverwinter Nights and Planescape. Baldur's Gate
All
1
the
and 2.
classics.
Yeah, and if they price them smartly, they will take a lot.
Yeah,
of steam
no, that's
off
the
it.
fucking question, innit? If they price them smartly, which I'm sure they'll want to do, but they may not be allowed to, because everything is expensive on the Switch.
Very true.
And I've been saying for ages that, you know, it needs more CRPGs. I've played Wasteland 2 on air. It didn't quite, like, pop off for me. I've finished Wasteland 2 before.
Yeah.
But I really like the CRPG experience on there. But now I could get Divinity Original Sin, and I could get Pillars of Eternity, but I haven't picked up
and
either
Baldur's
of them.
Gate 1 and Baldur's Gate 2, you know...
I haven't picked up either Pillars or Divinity yet,
Yeah.
because they're so fucking expensive. That's the only reason that I haven't done
If
it.
they get Pillars 2 on there, then that's basically all the CRPGs. you know.
Yeah.
But so that was like me just like saying that like because it was related to my job, you know. Of course,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'm a big fan of Divinity.
Well, nice one for playing and enjoying it, Kevin.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, nice one, Kevin. But yeah, as a fan watching Nintendo Direct, forgetting about that, because like I had a vested interest in it, especially because like I say, because I knew I wanted to like.
Yeah. But I mean, regardless of your job, you'd want to get. You'd be in exactly the same position as me, wouldn't you?
Of course, yeah. Like you know what I mean. Like I was a massive, you know. In fact, like I ended up getting my job half in part because the people that I applied.
It was a key factor.
was because me and Mike went down to play Divinity as the only people who weren't properly press, you know, to play it, and then that's actually how I met the company that I now work for. So weirdly, like in a way, I got my job because of that, not the other way.
And then had we not done a Divinity video or something?
We got invited to that press thing because we have and still have the most watched video. This is on Pretty Good Gamer now, but of course we're here now. So, but that is the number one video is us. It's me and Mike on Pretty Good Gaming. 607,000 views.
Just having a little chat about Divinity Original Sin 2, so it's been
just me and Mike having a chat.
Yeah.
So come on, IGN, what are you doing, man? Extra Life, it's open to you as well. The gauntlet is thrown down. Make a better video.
Yeah.
Please.
Genuinely though, we've got to fucking stop talking about this game because it comes up in every.
Stop it! Yeah,
it comes up in every.
It is bad.
But this time there's actual news reason for it.
Yeah. So there's I did like the look of Link's Awakening.
Yeah.
That's a weird one.
I'm
for
looking
me,
forward
though.
to that.
I'm not gonna get it.
You know,
I tell you why.
Looks
I'm a
nice.
massive fan, but I finished that one about 4 times. I know it inside out.
Yeah.
It's like getting Pokemon Let's Go. I regretted buying it because
You knew it.
Because I knew it so well, and it cost me that much money.
Yeah, this is the
I
thing.
could take
This
my
is
daughter out for some fucking Pizza Hut with that. Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
It's
Well,
like-
that's the thing. You could. It's such a. I mean, I know you get a lot of hours of entertainment out of a game, but you know, on Switch for some reason on a Switch in particular, it just feels like everything's just. It's not even like it's extortionate. It's not like they're 60, 70 quid each. It's just like there is everything as a bare minimum is like 50 quid, which is a little bit. It's just like.
It's just classic Nintendo.
It's
That.
yeah, absolutely,
Should have
absolutely.
been, try being a Wii U owner or one of 8 of them, and then having like 4 must-have games on the entire console, and the price never dropping
Yeah.
once.
because of the lack of ones.
It's
They
like,
can keep the
you're
shelves.
like, I might not even like this game, but if I want to even try it, I've got to put down 50 quid to
You should have waited for the Switch
have the
ports.
attempt. Exactly. Yeah.
Crystal ball.
Apart from Donkey Kong, which was somehow more expensive on the Switch than it was on Wii U.
But now that you're in a more sort of difficult position because there's good discounts on the eShop, like fairly frequently they'll drop the price on stuff, including you can get Mario Kart. Mario Kart's usually 50, but that'll come down to like 30 sometimes, and the big
it's always
titles
about 40% off, isn't it?
Yeah.
For Nintendo first party stuff.
Because that sort of comes round as well. You sort of think, well, I could pay £50 for this now, or I could wait until it comes on sale for the first time on eShop.
Exactly.
And so you've kind of got that in your mind as well. So
there's a lot of like
it's a tough one.
Yeah, like Link's Awakening. I'm not gonna get because I want to play it with my daughter basically because I've played this so many times. But I did that with Pokemon Let's Go, like I say, and that was and the reason that I put them two together is because they were the 2 games that I had on the Game Boy as a kid. They were the two I just did back to back to back to back. So if one of them made me just feel like apathetic, then this one probably will as well. Even though it looks nice, I know that you two are going to get it, so I know at least on the channel we'll end up talking about it.
Yeah.
So that's that's sadly one thing I do factor in as well. Like if no one else is going to get it, like Fire Emblem, innit? I got it just because I thought, well, fuck, someone's got to fucking do it. Best decision I made.
It was, that's the baffling one now because of how.
Something for the team, but the fucking
Yeah, but you were so
fortune favours a brave, Mike.
You were so like fuck that game and fuck everyone who likes it, and then like 2 days later you're like, you know what, I think I'll buy it.
Yeah, because I was really like, to be honest,
was nothing, was it?
Bit bad towards Liam, isn't it? I just assumed he was gonna get it. Japanese. I said that at the time, didn't I, Liam?
You did.
I just assumed Liam was gonna get it because
It's
Japanese.
fair.
He
But
didn't get
I'm
it.
not a fan of strategy
But
RPGs.
it looked like it was popping off. Yeah, and it had a bit of XCOM, and Mike wasn't having it.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, what the fuck you do? So I thought, all right, well, someone's
I
got to
feel
do
like
it.
we've let him down.
Someone's got to step up. Well, no, it's the best joy you could have given me this year.
You
I mean-
bastards.
More than anything, I'm just happy it led you down this path of
That's what
Astral
I mean.
Chain and then Neon Genesis
Yeah.
Evangelion.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything happens for a reason. So yeah, I don't know how this is about Fire Emblem, but yeah, overall the direct was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Animal Crossing looked
More Luigi's Mansion,
Yeah,
Little Town Hero, the game from Game Freak, which
Yeah.
looked like
yeah.
Pokemon but with some town building stuff.
So this was the one that was this not the one that they revealed before?
Yeah, we kept
We
laughing
did-
at
we-
it
this was
because it
cool.
went
This
the
was
village
Town,
in your
working
village.
title.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the whole trailer was going in your village. You can do this in the village.
Yeah,
Look
and
after
then
the
the game was
village.
called Town.
Yeah,
Town.
that's the one.
Working title.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So they gave that a name and a proper reveal.
Yeah,
I
and
guess.
it's coming out very soon actually. It's out
Yeah.
October 15th, I think. It's
A lot of
very
games
soon.
are coming out
Pretty
then, yeah.
close. Yeah. Good time for if you're on a Switch. If you've
Oh,
got
yeah.
a Switch, because there's good stuff on it now.
Oh, October the 15th also has The Witcher 3,
Oh,
Yeah.
I think Two Point
Overwatch.
Hospital, and Overwatch.
On the Switch. That
Yeah.
was the thing, Overwatch.
Oh.
That opened the direct, didn't it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, now that is massive.
Overwatch on the
That
Switch.
will be huge, that
Yeah.
I reckon.
Still not as good as Deadly Premonition.
And that was...
And the surprise release of Deadly Premonition 1 on the eShop.
I think Deadly Premonition 2 was like the winner of the show. Like
It
it
was
was the
for
one
me.
that got people fucking
Do you reckon?
talking. Yeah.
Fuck Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition.
Oh yeah, and at the end, you know, like basically, yeah, I had it in for Nintendo the whole time, thinking if they don't show Pikmin, I don't care. And then when at the end, I was like, what the fuck is this? And then Liam said it was Xenoblade straight away. He knew from like
So I played it.
there was a waterfall, and he was like, it's
It's got a
Xenoblade.
very
There was just
iconic
like some
art style.
sparkle.
I played it years ago.
And yeah, so like you called it straight away, and I was like, it better fucking not be, but it's not gonna be Pikmin now, is it? What the fuck? Yeah, it was Xenoblade. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dunno.
Tough one
That's
to
what
take. That.
confused me. The first game as well. And they're on the third Xenoblade game.
yeah. So
What's the
Xenoblade-
first one on?
The first one was on Wii. And then it got sort of like popular word of mouth. And it costs a fortune if you want to get it on the Wii. Because they made like no copies at all.
Okay.
But then they ported it to 3DS, which is how I played it. And then they put it... Now this is like a remaster with improved graphics,
Yeah.
improved gameplay, higher quality audio, all that
Looks like
jazz,
Xenoblade
really.
Chronicles 2 engine.
Yeah, just the first game, sort of like
Yeah.
ported to a newer engine.
Yeah.
Sort of deal.
Cool.
I mean, it's a decent game.
And that was
I'm not
their
mad on
big oh shit
That was
encore.
Yeah,
If you want to call
people
it
love it. I'm not mad on it, but
Yeah.
it's a decent RPG.
One I was sort of, moderately excited about because there's just no other options is Star Wars. I can't remember which one it was.
The one
Star
that I
Wars
was
Jedi
moderately
Knight
excited
2.
about out of pure necessity.
Yeah, it was like, oh, it's a lightsaber.
Yeah.
This
Jedi Knight
should
2,
make me happy.
Jedi Outcast.
That's the one. So
Oh,
that
yeah.
one's coming. So that's good. But none of the actual good fucking Star Wars games.
Oh, Jedi Academy's coming as well.
Yeah, so it is, yeah.
Which one's coming like next week or the week after?
That's
That's
Jedi
it.
Knight 2.
Decent.
And then-
I'm going to get them. But again, it comes down to price. If they're like charging 16, 17, 18, 19, anything above that, yeah, I don't want anything to do with it. I'm just get off my eShop. Do you know what I mean? I spend more time scrolling that thing, scowling at the prices than I do actually
Is it
fucking
bad
buying
to say
anything.
as soon as Deadly Premonition went up for £25, I bought it instantly.
Of course.
Well,
you've
yeah,
got-
that's-
Oh, I
you've
did
got-
the same thing with Final Fantasy VIII Remastered.
I'll tell you what
I
I-
bought that instantly. That was only 15 quid to be
That's
fair.
a good 15 quid.
I tell you what, I get straight out for 26 quid. Fucking Knights of the Old Republic, innit? Something that I love, yeah. I would just, if it's 25,
Fair
26
enough.
quid, I'd just get it. I don't care
Yeah.
how old it is or what it is. I would do that. But that's still too much. But I'm just,
Yeah.
Well, that's
Anyway.
the same thing with Deadly Premonition. I just love it so much. I had to have it.
Yeah, I totally get that, man.
I love Skyrim, but I'm still not paying 45 fuckers for it. Like, just drop
It's
the
a lot of
price,
money.
boys.
Do you know what? I've got it. You can borrow it, mate. I've got it.
You got a physical?
I've totally forgot, and I thought, I wish I didn't sell it. I didn't sell it.
Oh, yeah.
Usually, I sell everything,
I'd love that. All right, thanks.
but you can.
You're
borrow
watching
it.
like a live, like a trade, like live on air here, man. That's
It's not a trade.
It's a loan deal.
What is it called? Like a gift?
You just owe me a favour now.
Oh God!
He'll call on you in 30 years.
Right, listen.
You're
Go on.
watching a pact.
Yeah. I'll refer you to this podcast whenever there's any fucking. Well, listen, mate. Watch episode 48. All right.
Please.
Let's do one last email then, because this is a nice one. This is just a nice story, really. Dear Special Moves, this one is from Severin Grunwald in Germany. Remember the name. Severin, okay? It's cool. It's good.
Severin Grimwald.
Grunwald.
All right.
From Germany.
Okay.
So Severin says, Dear Special Moves, thanks to you, I feel strong like Stallone now. Must have something to do with my new Patreon status. He's a fresh patron. This old,
Right.
Severin.
I thought like we were a gym playlist.
No,
We are.
maybe we are.
We are.
Maybe we
Yeah,
are.
yeah.
Hi there, my name is Severin. I want to tell you a little story. Back in the year 2001, the German dev Piranha Bytes released the RPG Gothic, which is, to this day, one of my most beloved video game series of all time. I was so fascinated by it that I even became a voice actor on several fan-made mods. In one mod, called Oberon, I even voiced the main protagonist. So when you've finished it, the credits roll and you can read my name there, which is already kind of mind-blowing. However, the following 4 games from Piranha Bytes all had an NPC in it called Severin in 2 different franchises. I think maybe this NPC or these NPCs were named after me as some sort of fan service. I know that one of the main NPCs in the game, Risen, is named after the moderator of a fan site forum, Don Esteban. Thanks for the most enjoyable podcast I've ever come across. Greetings from Germany, Severin. That is a high quality email, Severin.
First of all, Severin, you've got a good name. It's very good. It's like if there was a German Hogwarts, you would definitely be the head teacher. It's like it's got a mystical quality about it, but not just that. It's got a wise quality, and then the way that email is written, it just makes you think, man, that's a guy that knows stuff.
I can imagine Gandalf saying it with like dread in his.
Okay,
in his
we're
voice.
both drawing on wizards though.
Yeah.
You've got the name like not a moderately powerful wizard, but like a very powerful wizard.
Can you imagine Gimli said, "We got to go through that forest. We got to go through those mines." Gandalf. Gandalf's gone. No, Gimli. Severin. Do you know what I mean? Severin is in there.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and as well though, like I feel like you wouldn't use your full power. Like you would hold.
No,
back.
never. He doesn't need to.
No, exactly. Do you know how I know that? Because anyone that lends himself to a mod is a good human being.
Absolutely. But look how it's paid off in like the most cool way.
Piranha
in
Bytes.
4
What have they
games.
done? The name rings a bell, you know, Piranha Bytes.
Well, I've seen
Recently. Ooh, I can't remember.
I know Gothic,
I know
the
Gothic,
series, but I don't know what else they would have
I
done.
remember Risen as well.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
Risen.
actually fucking loved Risen. And
Yeah, Jake's a
I
big
think
Risen
they've got
fan.
3 of them now, haven't they? They've got Risen, Risen
Yeah.
2, and Risen 3 Titan Lords or something like that.
Yeah, that's it. They're one of
Yeah.
our people. I work with them. Yeah. Oh,
So
yeah.
isn't it cool for this guy though that he's done something for the love of
Helix,
it?
that was it.
Elix is the
Oh,
last
that
game.
recent
That's
one
what
was
they
that
did
like
recently.
a
Yeah, that-
sci-fi one? Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's done that Greedfall?
That's
Spiders.
Spiders, and
it's getting
they
good
are now.
reviews.
They're now us
Yeah.
as well, but that was the last game that they did with Focus Home Interactive, but they've been bought.
The publisher.
Yeah. So Focus Home have published it, and Spiders developed it. They're French Spiders.
Okay.
A lot
It looks. Honestly, it's one of these where I haven't even batted an eyelid at it, but it's the reviews are coming out and saying it's actually not crap. So I've gone.
We had a flipping shareholder call. We had a call of some of our patrons last week or the week before, and
Oh, you mean oh yeah, we had Special Moves had a shareholder.
Special
we had a
Moves,
shareholder call with our leading shareholders, key stakeholders.
exactly. Oh yeah, no, I'm not going to talk about. Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about going into work here, mate.
No. What about So we had, and a couple of our patrons were really looking forward to it. Like
Yeah.
They were.
like specifically. So
that's great.
It seems to be going for that old like BioWare style game, which a lot of people are clamoring for at the minute.
Yeah. If only BioWare was making those kind of games.
Exactly.
But that's what happens, isn't it? If something happens and no one or someone stops fulfilling that sort of thing.
Yeah, that's why the Outer Worlds is happening.
They're going
because
for the
Bethesda aren't
follow-up.
making Bethesda games.
Exactly. I bet you if From Software keep like messing around and trying to not make Dark Souls games, there's going to be a lot more fucking Souls-like games in grim, gothic settings and stuff like that. I bet you.
I mean, we've got Elden Ring, whatever that is,
absolutely.
whenever that's coming
That
out.
looks so cool.
Next year, only 6 months away. That apparently. So
Is it?
yeah.
That looks so exciting. But any studio that will just stop doing what people love them for, someone else will step in, won't they? And,
Oh yeah.
Back to fucking Severin, innit? Making fan-made mods. Fan-made mods is the that's what that all comes
That's
from.
exactly it. And so yeah, Severin. That's a nice email. That's
that's cool.
Because it's not even like a. It's not. It didn't come across like a brag.
No, look at
it
this.
It wasn't a question. It was like.
Listen to this wording. I think that maybe these NPCs were named after me as some sort of fan service. They definitely were, mate.
He says he thinks
they definitely were.
There's not any other Severins about there, mate.
Don't worry about
Jet Li
it.
the one.
They're definitely named after you.
Yeah.
Right. Let's move on to the new games before we wrap up. Then, so there's actually, we're getting to that time of year where there's games now.
It's
So
absolutely
that's good.
An outpour of games.
Stacked and packed. Man,
Yeah. So Gears 5. Liam's already played the fuck out of it.
Yeah.
That's out on.
It's very good. Definitely give it a
today.
go.
Yeah, today. So
It's
that's
out proper today, and they had the ultimate early access version
what you played.
last Friday, which is the version I
the
played.
89p rock.
So you could play it
Or with an
for all the
89p
supermarkets.
can.
Today being September the 10th, by the way. So that's
Very
on
good.
Tuesday.
Give it a go.
Another game that's out today, the time they're recording, so will be out already by the time the podcast goes out, is Greedfall, which we've just mentioned.
Oh, yeah.
September the 10th on PC, PS4, and Xbox. So it is like a slightly more traditional BioWare type thing.
Yeah, it looks very
RPG.
janky.
Yeah.
Looks like it's possibly PS3, 4
Yeah.
straddle game.
I'm going to watch some videos on it and make a decision because I want to play it. But
rough around the edges, but like
so is Knights of the Old Republic, and it's one of the best games ever.
exactly. But that's
All the
not
reviews I've seen for it have said, despite the technical shortcomings,
exactly.
and then whatever they love about it.
What I like about that as well is you can overcome technical shortcomings
Of course.
with patches. So
Yeah,
you know,
and sometimes it's part of the charm.
exactly.
It's
Yeah.
really part of the charm.
Yeah.
What else have we got out
So that's what we got today, and then
today? Blasphemous is also out, which is the game I was banging on about.
yeah, that's out on the Switch.
That's out on the
and-
Switch, PS4, Xbox, and PC.
Yeah.
Right now.
It's
All
actually on
platforms.
sale on the Switch. I feel like it's like 10% off.
got
or
like
something
a
like
nice
that.
little launch discount.
It's 10% off launch. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
launch. I think that runs until like the end of the week or
So
something.
that's just fucking Tuesday, and there's 4 games there. Is there 4? 3 games.
Yeah.
Then we got Borderlands later at the end of this week. Borderlands 3,
Yeah.
which is coming to PC, PS4, and Xbox One on September the 13th.
Friday.
First-person shooter. Friday the 13th. I mean, we're going to be playing this weekend, aren't we? Probably.
Yeah. Hopefully, like I bought it physical in the hopes that it'll arrive early,
Yeah.
which happens often when you.
One
buy
of these that's I'm complaining about prices all the time in this podcast, but it's one of these games where it's like 60 quid on the PS4 store. So
Yeah, I
it's
saw
pretty
that.
steep.
Yeah.
Pretty steep.
It's like 50 at pretty much every online retailer as well.
Yeah, if you want it physical. Yeah.
Even I got a discount, luckily, but like. Yeah, because I got a discount because I pre-ordered a game and it arrived 3 days after launch, which is abysmal.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, got this thing and
So your retailer of choice gave you a bit of a voucher for your next game.
yeah, which now made Borderlands what average price?
The normal
yeah,
price.
That's what I'm trying to say. That's what
And then we got another one, Demon X Machina, which is out on Nintendo Switch on September the 13th. So
Mech game.
there's a big demo for this, which you can play right now. It's been out on the Switch store
I
for
played
ages.
they put out like a alpha style demo a while ago. I played it.
Looks cool. I'm into this.
It's not bad, you know. It's like, and they've taken a lot of feed. They're using these demos to tweak the game to like
Nice. That's cool.
how fans are responding to it.
That's really good.
And as far as I know, they've done a pretty good job of it. And like, it's decent. I'm not really into mech games. I know some people like proper mad for them, like Armored Core and everything.
Yeah.
But this is decent. Good soundtrack as well.
It
A lot of
looks-
death metal.
I remember they showed this off last E3?
I think
It was
so.
the one where it was like mostly about Fire Emblem, and then they
Yeah.
showed off a bit of Smash maybe towards the end.
Yeah.
But it started off with that Demon X Machina because I remember thinking it was like, what the fuck is this?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, if you want to give it a go, it's a demo.
Can't argue with that, can you?
Can't. I'm into that. I think I'm gonna have a look at the critical consensus and make a decision. But I'm not gonna.
COD
give it
Alpha's out this weekend as well.
Is it?
Closed, I think.
Beta.
Oh, is it the beta? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, and it's
Don't-
all game modes this time.
Oh
I think.
yes.
Oh
'cause
yeah,
It's
the
not
last,
just
the
it's
last
not
one
just
was
2v2.
yeah. The last one was 2v2, really
Gunfight.
quick
Yeah.
sort of game mode.
So this
isn't it?
one's like team deathmatch. All
Yeah.
that.
That was the last thing we all recorded together before you went away. So that's
Oh,
what I wanted
it's
to bring up.
very-
Was a point
Very
of
emotional.
I think. Do you know what? By the way, I wish we could have spoke about Ghost Recon. We didn't play it, did we?
No.
None of us played it. No.
What was that? Was it
They
beta?
had a beta this weekend. Like
For Breakpoint with Punisher,
Yeah, well, I was
John
in a
Bernthal.
fucking Czech Republic, mate. Nothing
good
I could have done about that.
excuse,
I
yeah.
forgot about it entirely, to be honest.
That's the end of the podcast, I think, isn't it? Remember, you can
certainly
listen to us on Spotify, iTunes, Apple Podcasts, or your third-party podcast player of choice. You can also watch the whole thing on YouTube if you want, if you're into that sort of thing. The camera's gone off, but I don't care.
If you do listen on YouTube, right, or watch or whatever, just send some more comments. Keep them rolling in, man.
Yeah,
You're
absolutely.
doing a good job. Look at
Yeah.
There's shitloads of games there that we've just mentioned. Tell us about them. Tell us about what you've been playing. And if you've got a good story about any of them, email them to dearspecialmoves@gmail.com. That's dearspecialmoves@gmail.com. Email us about anything.
Not
anything
like,
good.
Yeah, not
Anything good. Don't try and be funny with my words.
Yeah, we
just
don't want to talk about the Houses of Parliament on Twitch. Or
Oh,
whatever.
fucking hell, no, we don't. And check us out on Patreon if you want access to the bonus podcast. There's 2 of them babies every month, and there's a couple of other stuff going on Patreon as well, so check that out. Thank you, Jake. Thanks, Liam. Thanks, me, Mike, and the camera that's gone off. We'll see you next week with another podcast, innit? Bye.